Beautiful Lagos, hey. Land of mercy, land of success, oh. For Lagos, everything is done change, oh. I say Governor Body is doing a great job, oh. Street lights all over Lagos, oh. It's bringing out the beauty in Lagos, oh.
Compliments of the season and thanks for joining us on Lagos This Week, where we showcase the activities of Governor Akinwumi Ambode, members of his cabinet, development partners at home and abroad. I'm Funke Adesoji. In today's package, we focus on the ongoing road constructions in some parts of the state and Governor Ambode's pledge to deliver in critical projects of the economy this year. Lagos State Government inaugurates Consumer Protection Agency Board. Governor Akinwumi Ambode reaffirms its commitment to sustain productive growth of the state civil service as he swears in a new permanent secretary. This and other stories in a moment.
What kind of food is this? You this woman!
My husband like to chop food with sweets. He no one bring money, oh. If I cook the food, as the money reach. Hey, see me see wahala.
My own husband no say food was sweet. Now money kill am. Now plenty money I dey take go market to cook better chop. But today, nation day, rishi we dey take chop oh. My darling no say food way sweet oh. Now money kill am oh.
Yes, so now true what you talk to my sister. Food way sweet now money kill am. This na why Lagos State government they call every businessman and woman, plus including all workers for Lagos State, to join hand with our Tokunadu governor Akinwumi Ambode to continue to share all these better things when we dey see so by paying your tax quick and all the time. People of Lagos State, una dey see the good work wey Governor Akinwumi Ambode don bracket everywhere for Lagos. Yes, now because he dey use the tax money wey some of us wey understand dey pay. Therefore, if everybody join hand with am and pay our tax, money go boku to make Lagos State great and life go sweet for we all as we want am. Abeg, make we pay our tax today because food wey sweet na money kill am o.
Welcome back. Governor Akinwumi Ambode has promised deliverables in critical areas of the state as he began the inspection of some projects. The governor who inspected sites of the ongoing construction of the Pen Cinema flyover, the Oshodi Transport Interchange, promised delivery in 10 and 7 months respectively. The governor said though the project might bring about some inconveniences, he assured the residents that the end result will change the face of Agege. According to him, the Pen Cinema flyover, starting from the beginning of the road by Tuto and then run straight for 1 kilometer down and then an additional 400 meters, totaling 1.4 kilometers, would decongest the neighborhood up to the Abeokuta Expressway.
I have inconvenienced you by the demolition that has taken place in this place, but it is temporary. In another 10 months, by the grace of God, we will deliver this project by November 2018. So we are going to work day and night. But why am I here? First, to appeal to you, for those that we have demolished their properties, we will compensate you fully.
Appealing to residents and community leaders to cooperate with the contractor ahead of the planned closure of some parts of the road from Thursday, January 4, Governor Ambode assured residents whose properties were demolished to give way for the project will be adequately compensated.
We will definitely try and finish by the end of December. We've done most of the demolishing. We're just cleaning, and on Thursday we will close the road here and here, and start with piling straight away. And we should go to day and night very soon. Day and night. Day and night.
So if it is day and night, we'll finish by November.
We'll try our best.
You know this is a highly congested area.
Correct.
So I need to promise them.
We'll definitely try.
It's okay.
Earlier, Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Ade Akinsoya, while giving a brief of the project, said on completion it would permanently address the gridlock in the Agege axis.
We are planning to complete everything before December. So that's our target, and in line with that, we will need the support of the community, which they are already doing right now.
to be able to work with us, so this contractor will have free access to the work and the work can be accelerated. Because normally we are used to work, we are looking at about 2-year program for this, but the contractor is already committed to working night and day to make things work.
Governor Ambode also inspected the ongoing construction of the Oshodi Transport Interchange, which is expected to be delivered by July 2018. The interchange has 3 multi-story bus terminals with waiting area, loading bays, ticketing stands, driver lounge, parking areas and conveniences, surveillance tower and CCTV gadgets. According to the governor, his administration will not rest on its oars but will continue to up the ante on infrastructure renewal.
What kind of food is this? You this woman! You this woman!
My husband like to chop food with sweets. He no one bring money, oh. If I cook the food, that's the money reach. See me see wahala.
My own husband no say food wey sweet. Na money kill am, na plenty money I dey take go market to cook better chop. Bokota dey, Ishon dey, Orishi we dey take chop oh. My darling no say food wey sweet oh. Na money kill am oh.
Yes, so now true word you talk, my sister. Food wey sweet na money kill am. This na why Lagos State government they call every businessman and woman, plus including all workers for Lagos State, to join hand with our Tokunadu governor Akinwumi Ambode to continue to share all these better things when we dey see so by paying your tax quick and all the time. People of Lagos State, una dey see the good work when Governor Akinwumi Ambode don bracket everywhere for Lagos. Yes, now because he dey use the tax money wey some of us wey understand dey pay. Therefore, if everybody join hand with am and pay our tax, money go boku to make Lagos State great and life go sweet for we all as we want am. Abeg, make we pay our tax today because food wey sweet na money kill am o.
Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has sworn in a 12-member board of the Lagos State Consumers Protection Agency with a charge to end sharp practices against consumers in the state. He said this is a move to guarantee the welfare of Lagos residents on a sustainable basis and a strong commitment of his administration to the protection of consumer rights and satisfaction. According to the governor, creation of the Consumer Protection Agency board will curb any infraction and deal with any issues as it affects consumers in the state. The State Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives, Rotimi Ogunleye, remarked that Lagos has joined other highly industrialized states to protect its citizens against sharp practices from retailers, wholesalers and manufacturers.
The Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency is therefore meant to complement our reforms on the ease of doing business, especially as it affects the development of the industrial, commercial and consumer satisfaction value chain. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the agency whose board has just been inaugurated will be an effective service center for the protection of the interests of consumers, settlement of consumer disputes, and for other connected purposes, as enshrined in the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency Law, Caption C 13, Laws of Lagos State 2014.
The board chairman, Olufumilola Falana, noted that members were not unmindful of the high expectations of the people, especially Lagos being the nerve center of trade and commerce in Africa.
That we are not unmindful of the expectation, a high one at that, expectation of the people of the state on us, especially at this period in the history of Nigeria or Africa, and in a place like Lagos, the nerve center of trade and commerce in Africa.
The board secretary is Olajide Oduyebo, while the agency general manager is Ajoke Olugbode, with other members drawn from the public and private sectors. A member of the board, Mr. Kuti George, while commending the state government on this move, said the board will work tirelessly to ensure maximum protection of consumers' rights in the state.
There is a category of goods that are called fast-moving consumer goods. Those are the goods that are used virtually on daily basis, such as soft drinks, soaps, and and the likes. Because they are used on daily basis, it is important that they are they are not harmful, to the body. And so it becomes imperative that, every society have a kind of agency that protects the interests, of the consumer against hazardous goods, whether consumer or capital, goods.
A new permanent secretary to the Lagos State Public Service was sworn in to further lay credence to Governor Ambode's resolve to building a formidable civil service commission in the state. The governor charged the newly appointed permanent secretary of the Lagos State Civil Service, Sheson Ogundeko, to be committed and dedicated to the tenets of the public service. He advised him to hit the ground and running, as there are many projects and responsibilities that need urgent attention and his expertise.
Mr. Sheson Ogundeko has been appointed to the body of permanent secretaries in the Lagos State Public Service. By this appointment, you have been admitted into the elite corps of the civil service, those who are saddled with the sensitive responsibilities of running our ministries, departments, and agencies. You have been appointed to this position because you have displayed qualities which have satisfied this administration's standards of competence, integrity, loyalty, and passion for excellent service delivery. By this appointment, you have earned the privilege of being part of a team that has a reputation for hard work, excellence, and commitment to creative and innovative strategies in public service delivery. It is a privilege because you have been chosen from among several of your contemporaries who are equally well deserving of this appointment. The appointment has come at a critical time in the tenure of this administration, when there's a lot of work to be done, especially in ensuring the completion of all ongoing projects. You must therefore brace up and hit the ground running, particularly in the delivery of your agency's primary mandates.
Earlier in the week, Lagos State Head of Service, Folashade Adesoye, tasked the state public servants to rededicate themselves to the key objectives of the public service management reforms, particularly the ideals of the service charter. Mrs. Adesoye, who said this at the prayer organized by the Commission to usher in the new year and work calendar, tasked the public servants on their health and well-being. The civil servants began the first day of the new working year with prayers. They've been taxed on good work ethics. The head of service, in a message, encouraged the public servants to work harder this year, especially to meet up with government's plan on revenue generation.
We thank him, we praise him, because by us being here today, it's not by our power, not by our strength, not by our good deeds, but because it was his wish for us to still be alive today.
God is the ultimate judge, and he has only given all of us, just the same way he has given you the opportunity to serve in the place where you are serving now is an opportunity. And if you don't use an opportunity well, God has that right, he has the power to either change you or withdraw that opportunity from you.
And I want to urge all public servants to redouble their efforts. They have done well in 2017. But as we all know that the governor has presented a 1.036 trillion budget, 2018 budget, it is work for the public servants, and we need to redouble our efforts, especially, particularly in the area of generating revenue. And I want to assure all public servants that the best is yet to come, given the HE's commitment to staff welfare, because staff welfare is very, very important and very close to his heart. So I'm saying that 2018, all public servants should rededicate their lives and should be ready to work so as to deliver efficient, quality service to the people of Lagos State.
The public servants expressed optimism in their ability to deliver. Some also reacted on taking their health seriously.
This state, God has really helped us in a lot of the reform and policy of our governor to set pace for what good governance look like. And I want to tell you that We expect that no less will be done, and much will still be done because Lagosians are expecting more.
To continue to do the right thing, to follow the right thing in terms of the constitution of the land, in terms of the civil service, in terms of the care for my subordinates and for the service in general. That's to be continue to do the right thing and to improve on my service delivery.
We have been doing our job dedicated to the fear of God before, but with the fear of God for this year, we are going to do more. Because our governor said this state, mega city, and we wish this year that we are must be a good year to us, the best for the state in Jesus' name.
And I think not just public servant, everyone is supposed to take health seriously. So I think the onus is on everyone to take the initiative to cater for personal health and make sure they do the best they can to sustain their health status.
All around the Alausa Secretariat, public servants are ready to begin work in the new year. The Lagos State Transport Management Authority, LASMA, says the agency will commence extensive trainings and workshops for its men to better position them for quality service delivery in the year. The General Manager, Olawale Musau, said this, also announced the agency is doing all it can to ensure optimum transport management in all areas of the metropolis, both at rush hours and beyond.
We want to continue the training and retraining of our officers. That's our major focus. We have an idea of how we feel they should conduct themselves on the road, how they should be civil with members of the public, then how to address certain situations when we have it on the road. You see, when we have less conflict, we have less reports. We want to reduce the conflict between our staff and that of members of the public. Apart from that, we want to continue on our public enlightenment. We need to enlighten members of the public. Some people just don't know the rules. They drive, they don't know the rules. We have realized that. So we want to continue to educate members of the public so that they can conduct themselves, obey traffic rules, and obey the traffic officers.
Also, the General Manager of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Shino Tiamiya, said the agency is well equipped to tackle any emergencies that might occur in the year as it tasks Lagos residents on safety at all times. According to the LASEMA General Manager, the emergency call lines are open at all times to distress calls but should not be misused.
We want to advise Lagosians, be security conscious. Watch your neighbor. Watch those who are near you. Look around for any situation that could warrant, maybe panic or any emergency calls. And when you notice any, don't hesitate. Don't waste time. Call the response numbers, 112-767. When you call all of these numbers, we will be ready to respond as quickly as possible. We want you to support LASEMA in all we do. Like we said, you can be a volunteer in all of these things. If you give us information that could curb any, emergency incidents, you are a volunteer. You have helped the citizen. We need help from the public to give us adequate information about what is likely to cause confusion or, the disquiet in town. You can put, calls to our center and we will respond. We also want you to be security conscious at all times. When you take your children to the park, look out for, those who are there to foment trouble. And before they do anything, RRS are all over Lagos to make sure that, and they are a mobile team. When you call them, they will be there in quick time. That is apart from the regular divisions all over Lagos. Every of these agencies have been put in place. The environmental health people, they are also be working. The task force team are also there. The combination of all of these agencies of government involved in safety and security.
We'll be back in a moment.
What kind of food is this? You, this woman!
My husband loves a good life, but hates to pay for it. In my despair, he gives me all the blame. Oh, I have a loving husband who knows good things cost money. He gives enough to help me make nice meals. So I make my darling happy when it's time to take his meal, giving smiles to my lovely family.
It costs good money to get the good things of life and for government to provide the much needed infrastructure we all in Lagos State so much crave for. It is an offense not to pay tax. The people are happy with the various efforts of the government to making life better for citizens through the many landmark infrastructure everywhere you go in Lagos State. If you own a business or work in Lagos, it's your duty to pay your tax as and when due. Help Lagos State serve you better. This message is from Lagos State Internal Revenue Service.
Welcome back. A set of twins were among this year's first babies as the wife of the state governor, Bolanle Ambode, tasked mothers on their well-being and good health of their babies. The governor's wife, who visited general hospitals in Ikorodu, Bagada and Island Maternity, showered the babies with cash and material gifts. She encouraged nursing mothers to take advantage of the primary health centers provided by the state government to ensure they make good use of family planning and that their children have full complement of the routine immunization programs. Wife of the governor, Bolanle Ambode, highlighted the importance of postnatal care of babies, urging mothers to take necessary steps to ensure the well-being and good health of their babies. According to other speakers at the venues, part of the Ministry of Health obligation include improve programs and expand services that promote neonatal and child survival and ensure safe motherhood.
From the depths of my heart, I congratulate and rejoice with the happy parents. As I do so, however, I wish to emphasize that postnatal care of the baby is just as important as the antenatal. Therefore, mothers must take all necessary steps to ensure the well-being and good health of their babies.
That the Ministry of Health is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that our residents have access to services that promote the health and well-being. Part of our obligations is to strengthen structures, improve programs, and expand services that promote neonatal and child survival and ensure safe motherhood.
We are here to welcome the first baby of the year 2018. And I must say that we as a house, we are proud to identify with our baby. We are proud to identify with Excellency on this wonderful project.
According to them, with the implementation of the state health scheme, more Lagos residents will have access to improved services.
My dear parents, as nursing mothers, I want to encourage you to take advantage of the primary health care centers provided by the state government to ensure that your children have the full complement of routine immunization programs and also make good use of family planning.
The free health policy of the current administration, the hospital provides preventive and curative health care services to children less than 12 years and the elderly 60 years and above, free of cost.
This is geared at promoting health and reducing the burden of diseases that hamper economic and social relevance. Also, as we enter into the final phase for the implementation of the Lagos State Health Scheme, we enjoin all Lagosians to take advantage of the scheme and the benefit it will provide the enrollees, including financial protection in the event of medical incidents.
We have treated many high-risk cases with and without ventilatory support. So we have been able to save the life of many mothers, and our mortality figure, I'm glad to tell you, has reduced by more than 50% in the last quarter of the year.
In Ikorodu, the said twins, a boy and a girl brought to the family of the Adeoyes, arrived at 12:23 a.m. and 12:24 a.m., weighing 2.9 kg and 3.5 kg. At Bagada General Hospital, the family of Tolulokpe Ibadan welcomed a baby girl at 12:05 a.m., weighing 3.5 kg, while at the Island Maternity, baby Basirat Ikudaisi was born at 12:05 a.m. Finally on the program, Governor Akinwumi Ambode graced the finale of the One Lagos Fiesta in the early hours of the first day of the new year. The governor, in his closing address, stressed his administration's commitment to the socio-cultural development of the state as the #1 haven for entertainment, while promising greater performance for Lagos residents. The One Lagos Fiesta had in attendance a potpourri of artists cutting across all genres.
We want to make sure that Lagos is an investment destination for Africa. And beyond that, you can see that we're likely becoming the entertainment hub in Africa, and that's what we're trying to show. that Lagos can move from being the commercial capital of Nigeria, becoming the investment capital of Africa. And we are making sure that Lagos becomes the third largest economy in Africa, and that's the way we're going.
It's bringing out the beauty in Lagos.
This is how far we can go on the show this week. Stay tuned for another package next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Funke Adesoji.
Land of mercy, land of success. For Lagos, everything is done change. I say Governor Body is doing a great job. Street lights all over Lagos.